Hey folks, I just wanted to have a discussion about worm castings. So they're not all the same, just like compost. There's good ones and there's bad ones. Here's one thing I will elaborate on that most people don't. There are things that are called worm castings, and worm castings are in reference to pure worm poop, right? Castings are the poop of a worm, so it's pure worm poop. That's what worm castings actually are. Now, when we're buying worm castings from the store or wherever we're getting them from, the chances of getting 100% pure worm castings is probably slim to none. I mean, it's probably doable. Somebody out there is probably doing it. But for the majority of things, it's probably not pure worm castings. In this case, if it's not pure worm poop, then what is it? So we know that using worms to break down organic material is called worm composting or vermicomposting. Well, if you have material that a worm has gone through, but it's not pure worm castings, it's technically called vermicompost because it has still some broken down organic material, just like compost, but it also has worm castings in it. So there's two different things. A lot of people don't talk about this, and that's actually what it is. Now, which one is better? Right? What actually matters is which one's better. Well, if we're looking at it from a biological standpoint, I want more diversity in the things that I have. So a pure worm casting is probably not my best bet. That means they've screened out or gotten rid of a lot of the other materials that I probably want, right? Because again, in a living soil, we want diversity. So I'm gonna go with a vermicompost because it has more things in it. I want that diversity. Additionally, when we screen a product or when we separate vermicompost and try to get out the pure castings, we use a screening process, and this disturbs the microbiology in it, right? And just like in a tilling situation, if we are disturbing the soil, we're killing microbes. The same thing in a screening process. If we're screening out worm castings, we're gonna lose some of that biology that we worked so hard to be able to create. Well, we didn't. The worms worked really hard to create it, but we will lose some of that. And specifically, when we talk about losing microorganisms, a lot of that really comes down to the fungi. Yeah, the fungi, because they create hyphal strands in the soil or in the compost. When you break that stuff up, those things break apart and then they have to try to regrow, and fungi takes forever to grow. So there's a difference between worm castings and vermicompost. The way you use them should be the same. And I'm gonna tell you guys to listen to what the manufacturer says. If he's telling you to use 50%, then use 50. If I tell you that my product is best at 10%, then it's best at 10%. There's a bunch of different studies out there testing different types of products and how much you're supposed to use. And it really comes down to that individual person and their specific product. They know how to use it best, so follow their instructions. Not some random YouTube person like me telling you that you should use 50% or you should use 20 or 10. Follow what's on the bag or what the person told you that you bought it from. That's probably the best way to go about it. But do you want to use worm castings or worm compost, vermicompost? I am always going to be on the side of more is better when it comes to biology and things in my worm castings or vermicompost. So I'm going to go for vermicompost. I don't want anybody to separate it out, screen it out. I want all the material, all the goodies. Give me all of it because my soil and my plants are going to need it, right? So there is a difference between worm castings and vermicompost. Whatever you choose, it's up to you. It's out there. If you guys have questions, you want to ask me why, who, what, when, where, how, I'm more than happy to. Just shoot me a DM, post a comment in the community. We'll see you in the next video.